Hello, I hope all is well. This is a general reading for all signs. Okay, I want to start off with a general reading. I have a couple of personal readings I need to do, but since I have a lot of energy today, I'm going to go ahead and do a general reading. Again, this is for all signs. Please only take what resonates with you. And just because something resonates with me a little bit differently does not mean that it will resonate with you in the same way. So please have your own insight, use your own intuition. Um, I have lit some candles, pink and red for passion and love. All right. I have blessed the table. I have prayed. Um, Meditation through work, because sometimes work just kind of keeps your mind off everything that's going on. I'm starting off with a fairy. The first fairy that we have is the lantern fairy. It says a clear solution. So if you're having an issue right now and you're kind of trying to decide where you're going with this situation, then therefore you will find a solution. You are holding the light. That means even in the darkest day, you still have the light within, and you will shine beautifully. Okay, your numbers at top is at 34. So when I see 34, this is probably someone who is around the age of 34. Also, it can be 3 plus 4, which is 7, which 7 also is an invitation to use your imagination. Okay, so that was for the first fairy. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the cards that well. That's why I'm going to put them up here. But at the same time, I want you to be able to see this beautiful layout of yours that you have. I do apologize if the lighting is not that good. Let me see if I can get the lighting to be a little bit better on the cards. That might be too much light. I don't know. But yeah, it's all about your perception, okay? So again, just paying attention to the cards. The overall energy on the fairies is the ghost of the past. It says the past returns for a time. So things that you've been thinking about, things that have happened in the past, it might be holding you back right now, but you should be finding the answers that you seek very soon. Again, those maybe some relationships that you have gotten over. Maybe you could be dealing with some issues with that, some past issues from that as well too. She's holding a mask, and it looks like, okay, the mask is coming off. It could be a time for a celebration, and she's got a little bit of makeup on. She has a dress on, so maybe it's time to just dress it up, take care of it, and just move forward. All right, so there we have the overall energy on the fairies there. um, I haven't pulled these cards in a while, but I just noticed the bat, and I was just thinking about we were just talking about the mask, and now here we are talking about the bat. So let's address this issue with COVID. Okay, just because you are vaccinated does not mean you cannot spread germs. Okay, there is still flu season. We still need to be sanitizing everything. We need to be washing our hands. We need to be mindful that even though you might be vaccinated, there's some who don't believe in the vaccination, especially when there's different strains and there's no cure for viruses. All right. Some say it came from bats. Some say it came from the lab. I believe it did. I believe it was man-made. A lot of times, what people do is they try to interfere with I want to say people's lives. It's like, oh God, I gotta start over. I might need to start over because I don't want to be pessimistic and I don't want to be negative. I don't ever in that situation, but I would rather be straightforward and talk to you like a person because we are real people with real feelings. So everybody has their different perspectives on life, and I just think a lot of times what people do is use things that were meant for good, and they use it for bad. And that was in the news. We did see about that. But again, this is the hangman and it's upside down, which the hangman would be like this, just like the bat. The bat hangs upside down, and sleeps like that. And squirrels do the same thing. They'll hang upside down and they'll eat their food. So again, this just might be an invitation, to take a different perspective on things, and that will probably help you come up with that clear solution. Okay, but let's continue on. Things try to stop us, but we got to keep it moving. That's what it's about, keeping it moving. Okay, we do have life lessons to learn from our past. A few cards have come out. The overall energy here, I'm just going to flip it back around, is a 3. So what do you think when you see a 3 of wands? When I hear the word wands, I think of summertime. I think of fire energy. You do have the triangle here. A lot of times you think mystery, like the Bermuda Triangle, things that can't really be explained. And that's why we have to use our imagination when we saw the number 7. Okay. Wands is a good card to pull. Anytime you're dealing with the wand, it deals with the passion and the creativity. And remember your fire element. Your fire element is dealing with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay. Again, this could be somebody whose birthday month is in the month of March. Looking at the colors being in alignment, doesn't it remind you of the rainbow? And really, the rainbow is a sign of promise. It is thundering a little bit outside. That's why I believe that we do have horses in heaven. Maybe the angels are bowling. Maybe they're having a good time. Going back to, after finding that resolution, you will have some time set aside to celebrate and being triumphant in your situation, overcoming again. All right. I think if I can add anything to the 3 of wands, this is just keeping a calm mind. Okay, you might be at the edge of your cliff here. Okay, and it seems like sometimes when we're at the edge of our cliff, it's just like somebody's right there behind us, pushing us. But again, we have to be our own parachute. Okay, so when we get ready to jump, you have to know that sometimes it's not always about the flying, it's about the landing as well too. All right, so just pay attention to that. Don't get caught up in any triangles, uh, unless you're gonna be like making a TP or a home or something like that. Okay. All right. All jokes set aside. You have the butterfly. Okay. 2. Okay. So this has to do with you, and probably your partner. Then again, see, it also has these 2 connecting parts. Okay, and what that sign is also an 8, like for infinity. So there are those things which last forever, and that has to deal with love. Then again, those cycles of life. As you see the withered flower here, doesn't the flower have its cycle as well? Like, okay, it starts from a seed. All right, love makes it grow. All right, and then it grows, it blooms, it's this beautiful thing, and it has its thorns for protection, and then it starts to wither away. But what it's doing as it withers away, it is creating new life, and those are the cycles that I'm mentioning right now. But going through metamorphosis, when you see the butterfly, it doesn't have a lot of color. So again, that's what it's saying. Use your imagination. What color do you want this butterfly? And that's weird because I have the crayons on the table at the same time. You're the one who adds beauty to your life. Don't expect anybody else to do that. You have to do that for yourself, okay? I can flip that over, and it has, we went from 3 to 2 to 5. So then again, you might have to take some steps back to get forward, to get that 1 foot forward, to stay a step ahead of this situation, okay? Um, Also, this is the Two of Pentacles. And when you think of the pentacles, this is your lendable things. This has to deal with, it's better to be in the lender's hand than the borrower's hand, okay? That's why a lot of times, like, when you do receive a lot of money, you should tithe. You should pay it forward. You're not saying you have to give all your valuables over. Life does call for some people to do that. Some people have that charity where they feel like they can, every little bit they got, they give it, because they know that it's a cycle. It'll come back to them some shape or form, okay? Not always like necessarily worldly possessions. It could be kindness, it could be gentleness, it could be tenderness, it could be such things like that, okay? So a smile, even a smile is returned. You smile and someone smiles back at you, and what a lovely feeling that is. And this has to deal with nature as well too. We're in the new moon, so that's new energy. It might, what better way to um, evoke those imaginative thoughts, by stepping outside, standing next to a river, lake, flow of water, just even in your bathroom, maybe taking steam showers, and just opening yourself up to those vibes, okay? So just take a look at the pictures and the colors, and you are in, this seems like a fortune, because you have three, I'm sorry, you have the Two of Pentacles and you have the Five of Pentacles, dealing with your coins, your money. I do have some money on the table, uh, just to, I want to do the things that I love. And, I can't make a living right now off card readings. That's why I have to work. I have to do little side hustles and things like that, just, to bring money into my life. Um, but eventually, I want to get to the point where I'm absolutely doing everything that I love. Okay? So, again, it takes a while. Sometimes we have to come out of our mask. Sometimes we have to come out of our cocoon, out of our shell, and such things like that. Because again, like, even though this rose is withering, those thorns are still there. So, again, just pay attention to what the cards and what spirit has messages for you, and what you're thinking about, and how your heart feels, and if it sits right in your soul. Okay, your lantern fairy. So far, really beautiful reading. A lot of times too, when we see the Two of Pentacles, we think about embarrassment, because there's uncertainty, there's fear in this situation. Isn't that crazy too? Because, like, maybe an ex said something to you, and it's weird because, like, they, like, again, people can sometimes be very cruel and very mean, and sometimes what happens is they'll say things to us that makes us feel very uncomfortable with ourselves, and it's everlasting. It seems like it lasts forever. Like, you won't forget that, because it's always there in your mind, and you don't want to hold on to feelings of resentment. And then again, if that person has said something ugly about you, that's most likely how they feel about themselves, because they were able to pull that insight out about you. So therefore, in some way, somehow, they're dealing with their internal feelings, and they were taking that out. They were lashing it out on you. So don't believe those type of lies, okay? You are loved. You are supported. Um, you're protected. Again, bless up, okay? All right. And again, we went with those cards. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out a few numbers. So with the Five of Pentacles, again, it's completion of cycles, and that has to deal with the rose and the violin, inviting beauty into your life, using your imagination. And here we go. Now you already have two sevens. So when I look at this, it kind of makes me think that maybe something happened towards the 7-7 maybe, or in this month of July, you should be getting the answers you seek. When I see this card, I see XI, like XE, like a person, like, okay, your ex, and then you, like your feelings and emotions are again with the heart, because isn't that where our feelings and our emotions come from? Okay, getting control of that, uh, because the way that sometimes, okay, our emotions make us feel, we have to control our feelings so that we can get in control of those emotions. Okay, but we have to understand why we feel that way. And again, it's sometimes it's the way other people make us feel. um, that has a lot to deal with our perspectives of ourselves. Okay, so a lot of big words here, but just kind of look at the cards. See, there was love in this situation, but now maybe it's been turned over. You're making a new start. Now there's only the two of you. You don't have to deal so much with maybe enemies of the couple. um, maybe a lot of hate was in the situation, not a love, because again, that love is turned over. When you see an upside down heart, that means no love. Like, there's really no more love left in this situation. Okay, but there is a cross, and a lot of times what people do is use that cross for protection. So you want to say your prayers of protection and for peace as well too. There are some herbs that you can use when you're cooking, like angelica, basil, bay, cinnamon, garlic, mint, peppermint, pepper. Be careful when you use a lot of pepper. Like me, I use a lot of pepper, but what it does, it invokes a lot of sexual energy within yourself, and this can cause like you wanting to look at pornography or masturbation, and things like that. If you're seeking out love, and self love is fine, but then again, at the same time, you are wanting to move forward with this. And again, that's something I think that needs to be shared between you and your soulmate, your twin flame. Again, those are my beliefs. Not everybody believes the same things that I believe, okay? So, but these sevens definitely a blessed number, okay? So just take a look at that. The two cards that came out was like right there. See? Okay, the seven was the overall energy, so you're caught in between a situation. You have 6, 7, 8. Okay? Um, you started off with a 6, so you're still kind of looking back at this situation. Um, this also has to deal with spirituality. When you deal with the 6 of clubs in regular tarot, it is the tower. So there is a tower moment here. There's a moment of revelation. There is going to be a drastic shift in your perspective. Okay, finding balance. Anytime you see those even numbers, it's about finding that balance. Okay. And then when you see the 8 of hearts, this is also the moon card, which could mean some trouble. Is definitely trying to find that subtle line in between those differences of what makes you good and what makes you great. Okay, so again, this has lots of imagination. There's the universe upholds a lot of mystery. There's all kinds of ways you can deal. There's good consequences and there's bad consequences, but that moon is bringing light to the situation. When you do see the moon with the chakra, it deals with the third eye. You can call on your angels, Gabriel, Raziel, or Zakiel. Um, no, it sounds weird too, but um, to like pay attention, because like a lot of times these angels have the same names as some of these demons that are out there. So again, you have to use your own instinct. Like, is this person good for my life, or are they bad? And again, making those decisions, making a conscious call for yourself, because you are in control of your life. All right, no one controls you. You have to have faith in this situation, but you will overcome. Okay. So then again, I see 68 here. This makes me think about a Happy Meal. Maybe somebody owes you one. Okay. All right. Um, the shield as well. There's shields in these cards. So again, back to those prayers of protection and peace in this situation too. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out some zodiac signs to see maybe who we're dealing with, or if this is your sign. Um, but a lot of emotion here, and this, I guess, because we were just talking about water, but it brought in the element of water. Thinking about those four corners, we saw the cross, the equal cross, the four corners of the earth, north, east, south, west. Either way you look at it, it's a cross. Either point you're at, it's a cross. And then those four elements, and there's a lot of things like with the equal, because like balance again in this situation, finding that balance. But yeah, like earth, wind. I said wind, air. I'm thinking about music now. Like, you are my shining star. That song's been on my head today. All right, so you guys, what is up with this Neptune card? This Neptune card. All right, again, 21. This could be twin flame frequency, synchronicities. You and your twin flame might be in separation right now. Again, um, like 2, 1. All right, maybe you're putting one in front of the other right now instead of yourself. Um, when you're dealing with Neptune, you're dealing with night energy. You could also be dealing with the divine masculine. Also, this is a Pisces. Again, those two sides, like, the fish, you have two sides, and there's always two sides to every story. Well, they say three sides, the person's truth, the other person's truth, and then the real truth. Okay, and then isn't that what it's all about too, is finding truth in this situation, finding the truth about yourself. I'll try to bring the card up so that you can see anything. But look, wrapped up, you're caught up in a situation right now, and then going back um, to that tower moment. Okay. Again, this could be someone between 21 and 34. It could be this year. We are in the year 21. This could be happening to you right now. These cards do deal with past, present, and future tense. Maybe 21 days from now, or something that happened in the last 21 days. But yeah, we can pull another card for answers. Thank you, Spirit. That night energy again, like, there's a little bit less distractions at night, a little bit less interruptions. You might be a night owl, you might work at night. That's where you get your most energy from, is at nighttime. And Neptune, to me, it rhymes with moon, and I think about that lunar cycle, those cycles, like women have their cycles, like there's a certain time during ovulation, like that egg comes out, there's a certain time for that egg to be fertilized, and and then if it's not, then a woman goes through her cycle. And the moon is the same way, because every 28 days we have a new moon and it goes to the full moon. Sometimes it's the darkness is covering the moon, all right, to make the new moon, and then sometimes that
Differ.
light is opening up to create a full moon. I do have spirit speaker on, so differ. Well, those indifferences, okay. Um, Thinking about that, like, All right. And again, the way you look at life may differ from the way your person or the person that you're dealing with. Y'all's energy might be it's indifferent. So, you know. But let's see if another zodiac card is gonna come out. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful reading. There's a lot of love, lots of spirituality in this situation. Um, I haven't seen any swords yet, or like that's good. You're being an adult. You're handling yourself well. Um, you're using everything you learn, your past life lessons, moving past fears, seeking desires. Alright. I don't know if Spirit has any more messages for us. So just kind of take a moment to take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Let the air fill from your brain, since we was talking about the third eye chakra opening up, and then let it fill your lungs, and then take a deep breath out. I had some water on the table, but I used it to kind of clean the table. I did like the candles, like I said, for passion and love into this situation, into the reading, into my day as well. But yeah, I don't think we got any more cards that's gonna come out with the zodiac. So again, this is probably because this is a general reading and is dealing with all signs. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. We can just go to a different set of cards. It did seem like something was wanting to come out. But again, I think this has to do with the year 21. I think it's the energy that we are in right now. Okay. The world needs you, okay? And they need your ideas. And this seems like it's all about, home life and love. And then as soon as we said that, boom, Jupiter come out. Like Jupiter, I believe is the god, and also a planet. And this symbol here kind of seems like two. Then again, that's going back to soulmate, soul twins. Um, you want to take like kind of like listen to that song by Justin Timberlake, Mirrors. Seeing yourself in the mirror, and again, like, okay, this could have been something that you've been dealing with for the last couple of years, because I do see 18 here. So maybe it's like your emotions are stuck, like how the same ways of thinking, like you've been thinking this way since 2018, but now it's 2021, it's a new decade. And sometimes what we have to do is alienate our thoughts, like totally, again, like I said, escaping through work, and things like that, so that we can come up with a new mindset. Not saying those old ways of thinking are bad, because it's what's gotten us through life, but then again, that invitation to use your imagination, new concepts, new ways of thinking. Okay, um, Jupiter, this is definitely masculine energy again, dealing with Scorpio. Scorpio is water energy, so lots of water energy, lots of fire energy here. I know there's a lot of fires going on around the world, so if you want to turn on those meditations of water, snow, and again, those changes, the water has to freeze before it can become snow, and then it falls, and then when it falls, it melts, it turns into water. So again, those cycles of life. Okay. But yeah, take a look at the picture in the car, see if anything resonates with you. This might be a person who's in their changes as well too. Like I noticed like their hair is becoming white. Okay, so maybe they're moving from the mother role to the crone role, and what the crone role is someone who has dealt with the emotional side of things. So now what they can do is take everything that they learn and be able to help others. Okay, I've only been reading cards for a couple of years, but I was not born last night. Okay, I wasn't even born at night. I was born early in the morning, and I've been up since early in the morning. So if it kind of seems like I'm a little edgy towards the situation or something, I'm just like really anticipated, wanting good things, and I don't want it to cause you anxiety or to be anxious for this new outcome. Okay, but I do see beautiful light. I do see beautiful things coming from you. Don't forget the lantern. This is someone who holds a lot of emotional intelligence, someone who deals with all those cycles, that deals with all those things, maybe not just for themselves but for others as well too. Okay, I do see the U in Jupiter. Okay, I do see up, like things are going up. Bless up. Okay, all right, moving forward, this overall energy, Capricorn. So when I see the Capricorn, I automatically, it made me think of January. So new contracts, new beginnings, new cycles, and because Capricorn is not the beginning of the zodiac house, and really it's Aries. But when you think about the year, we start off with Capricorn. Okay, Sagittarius, Capricorn. But and the number there is 10. So again, that one, new beginning, zero, the cycle, for a new cycle to begin, an old cycle has to end. So don't forget about those past issues that we discussed at the beginning of the reading, okay? But what a beautiful layout on that. Thank you, Spirit. I'm just going to put this box here. Um, call out some romance angels. See what the romance angels have for us. And it's funny because you guys, the other day I had a card laying on the floor. You guys know that I don't pick up cards from the floor. So my dumb ass leaves the card on the floor while I'm doing a reading. The whole time my dog is chewing up the card. And you will not see the children card. And she's really not kid friendly. She's just spoiled, but she always says to me, she says, Auntie, um, I'm not spoiled, I'm extra love. But of course, in dog whispers. But she's been a part of our family for some years, so I'm not upset with her. And again, she's a small dog, but she keeps us protected, and we keep her protected as well, okay? Alright. Let's see what the romance angels have to say. And these readings really should be for 18 and older, but again, we're all adults. We know where babies come from. Alright, the card we pulled out, so playfulness. Maybe it's time to invite playfulness to this mysterious person, because look, they're hugged up, they're swinging in a chair, maybe they're trying some new like sex positions, but they're definitely outside. Just be careful if you decide to have sex outside, because I think those are charges now. But it's not like how it used to be back in the day. Like, some things do get better, some things, I don't know. Like I said, they don't need to mess with it. But it says, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So then again, there we go. Somebody bringing lots of youthfulness to this situation. But whoever this mystery person is, it seems like this relationship is going to be lots of fun. And this could be you. Again, wearing a dress, putting on makeup, wearing a new suit and tie. Things like that. Like, you would never even know who you, like, you didn't know this was a part of you, but, like, okay, look at my fingernails. They're kind of like, looking kind of like, I don't know. But, my hubby, he's wanting to start a new line of fingernail polish. So like I did this thing too. Like I've been mixing acrylics and paints together. So that's why it's kind of like you can't really tell the color, but I think it's like a lot of earth tones. So you could be dealing with earth energy in this situation. Okay, that might be your energy as well. But that was your romance angel, and trust is the see where we're just not talking about the truthfulness in the situation, finding the truth, and instead trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, and we just mentioned that as well too. That's again, that's just spirit clarifying, and as well letting you know that your angels are with you. They do hear what you're saying. But yeah, the like okay, so the arrow before, maybe before you was using the arrow to try to like figure out your situation, but now this is a wand. But do be careful because now that I see this red here, even though it's love, to me it's like someone who wears their heart on a sleeve, and the other person could be using magic. We do not want to force love into our life. We don't want to force anything that's not meant to be there. Okay, I just read a post today that says, true love, true friendship, it'll come naturally. Okay, we don't have to make those things come. We shouldn't, because we don't want to do something for somebody against their will, ever. Okay, so and I'm being very serious about that. All right, and that kind of stuff doesn't work on everybody, anyways. But anyways, it's just about what you believe. Okay, trusting in yourself. All right, and then trust the universe. Okay, it does work in mysterious ways, but it has infinite possibilities, infinite answers. Okay, and you will be overcome. It seems like you're gonna be all right. Okay, all right. So we have trust in that situation. If you like, the reading is going on 37 minutes. It doesn't seem like we need to go any further. I mean, we pretty much explained what we were looking at, what we were doing here. Um, we can keep pull the mindfulness card. Okay. Oh, boom, one came out. It says mindful olfactory exercise. So smelling the coffee beans, taking the time to smell the flowers, and here again it says pay close attention to what happens with your nose. All right, making sure that we're minding our own business, and then also to like perfume, new perfumes. Maybe it's time to try some more natural scents. We did see the rose before. Um, you can also, to build up your pheromones, use perfume and cologne together. Okay, that's masculine and feminine energy. Also as well too with the coffee beans. I mean, who doesn't love coffee? Even the smell of coffee. If you don't drink coffee, a lot of times we love the smell of coffee. It's refreshing. It lifts up your morning mood. It makes you feel awake. Again, you might be having those feelings of awakening. Um, but yeah, just take a look at the coffee beans, and again, taking that moment to breathe, embracing how you feel, embracing that moment, things like that, and taking a time for yourself. All right, that is the object of feeling and finding and gaining trust as well too. Okay, so you should always pay attention to the smell too, because there's a lot of things that give off different smells too. A lot of times, like if you're in a bad situation, you can kind of take a sniff, and then I know it sounds like weird, but there's a stench in the air, like something just ain't right, and you should use all your senses in smelling. Do not forget, because that is one of your strongest senses. Just like when you miss somebody and you still have their t-shirt and you smell their t-shirt, or maybe y'all use the same blanket to cuddle up with. But don't get too caught up in feelings of nostalgia. If you're moving forward, see, it's okay to look back and think about the past, because it made you who you are today. But then again, this is all about your new person, okay, being yourself at the same time, alright? So that goes for that reading. I think I'm gonna start there. the overall energy. It has a heart with the candle burning. Again, like I said, I have the pink and the red burning for passion and lots of love. Alright, and lots of light to you guys. But be well and take care. And I will see you soon. Have a good day and a good week. Goodbye.